Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a process that's absolutely crucial for any skilled nursing facility, accounts payable. Now, when it's done manually, it can be a huge source of late payments, really costly errors, and just so many wasted hours. So we're going to explore how automation is completely changing the game. So let's just kick things off with a pretty direct question, especially for anyone who's managing facility finances. Is your manual AP process costing you more than you think? And I ask that because, honestly, the hidden costs go way, way beyond just the price of paper and ink. All right, so first up, let's really get a handle on the unique AP challenges that skilled nursing facilities are up against every single day. I mean, think about it. Skilled nursing facilities are dealing with a flood of invoices every single day. And trying to manage all of that with a patchwork of spreadsheets, endless email chains, and literal stacks of paper, well, that isn't just inefficient. It actually creates some pretty significant operational risk for the entire facility. And that risk? Well, that brings us right to the hidden costs of sticking with that old manual process. We're talking about those daily headaches that honestly add up to become major business problems. Let's just walk through what this looks like in the real world. You know the drill. It all starts with hours of manual data entry for every single invoice. All that time pressure, it leads to mistakes like duplicate payments or late fees, which really starts to damage your vendor relationships. Then the approval chase begins. And that can feel like a full-time job in itself, right? And with everything so scattered, you have almost no real-time visibility into your cash flow. It's just a constant administrative fire drill for your team. And wow, this chart right here really drives that point home. Just look at the difference in time spent on those administrative tasks versus actual strategic work. In a manual system, your skilled finance team is just completely bogged down by low-value tasks. They're stuck reacting to problems instead of proactively planning for the future. So this quote summarizes it perfectly. This isn't just about being a little slow, no. Manual AP actively creates inefficiencies. It exposes your facility to serious compliance risks. And worst of all, it steals that precious time your team should be using for strategic financial planning, the work that actually secures the facility's future. But here's the good news. There is a much, much better way. So let's talk about the solution, automation. So what exactly is AP automation? Well, to put it simply, it's all about using technology to streamline and digitize the entire accounts payable process, from the second an invoice hits your inbox all the way through to the moment that payment goes out the door. And this is how it works. It's actually pretty cool. First, invoice data is captured automatically, so goodbye manual entry. Then, invoices are routed digitally for approval, which means no more chasing people down the halls or sending endless follow-up emails. The system itself flags potential errors and duplicates. You can track payment status in real time, and you're always ready for an audit. It's a completely seamless and transparent workflow. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually mean for the business? Let's take a look at the real, measurable impact this kind of transformation has on a facility's day-to-day operations. I mean, the contrast here just couldn't be clearer, could it? You go from a slow, error-prone process to one that's fast and accurate. You replace these murky, opaque approval chains with full transparency. You shift your team from a crushing administrative workload to a strategic focus. And you trade those constant compliance risks for a system that is always, always audit ready. And the benefits here are huge. Faster invoice processing means fewer errors, sure, but it also means you can capture early payment discounts. That directly hits your bottom line. Paying on time builds much stronger vendor relationships, which can lead to better terms down the road. You get real-time cash flow visibility for better decision-making, and honestly, the whole facility's operation just becomes so much more efficient. And this is the ultimate goal. This chart shows where all that saved time goes. Your team can finally focus on high-value work. We're talking strategic planning, better vendor management, deep financial analysis, and cash flow forecasting. They basically get to level up from data entry clerks to true strategic assets for the facility. So really, the path forward is crystal clear. It's about making that decision to modernize your facility's financial operations, and you can start today. Look, if any of this has sounded familiar, the stacks of paper, the constant approval chasing, the payment errors, and your facility is still relying on manual AP, then it is absolutely time for a change.
And getting started is really straightforward. You can visit ValueDX to learn more about these solutions, you can download some super helpful workflow guides to see how it might work for you, or you can even schedule a consultation to get personalized advice on streamlining your specific process.
So, we'll leave you with just one final question to think about. What could your team truly achieve with all the time, the energy, and the resources that get freed up by AP automation? Just imagine the strategic impact they could have on your facility's future.